Joe, we've had 11 telecasts on Yes this spring. Okay. This is Phelps' 5th start.
Well, obviously you like him.
Well, he must have checked into the TV schedule. He's done an excellent job. He likes being on TV. Obviously.
He's TV worthy, I guess.
Yeah. No, all serious now. He's been excellent once again tonight. What's been the deal with him tonight?
Well, his command has been really good, and it appears that his cutter's been pretty good. He's thrown some into some of the right-handers. He threw a pretty good changeup to Ortiz the last time. I mean, he's mixed all his pitches, and I think that's the key for him. He has to have, where he's got, at least 3 of them working, and then he can really pitch.
Sometimes in spring training you might not face the best of lineups, but he's facing a real lineup tonight. Yeah,
he's got a real lineup tonight, and he's done pretty good so far. And I'm not sure where his pitch count is, but he hasn't really had a real long inning, so he's been really good.
Joe, the pitch count is at 51.
Now that's great.
Yeah,
awesome
against this team. That's great.
Well, the Red Sox do take a lot of pitches, and Napoli takes one for a called strike.
Joe, we talk about it all spring, the 5th starter spot, and who might pitch out of the bullpen, and Phelps has experience out of the pen. But I mean, could you see him? You see these starters all the time go down there, and all of a sudden their velocity picks up just a little bit because they can just kind of air it out for 1 inning or 1 1/3.
Yeah, we've seen that. In most of our relievers. We saw it in Adam Warren as well. I mean, Adam got up to 95 last year. And it seems to be the case for most guys that are starters that relieve.
Good breaking ball there for strike 2. Joe, the pitching this spring, and particularly of late, has been just outstanding.
Yeah, it really has. Every starter that we've thrown out there is throwing the ball well. The guys in the bullpen are coming in and doing a good job. And, it's reflective in the scores. The scores have been some low scoring on the opponent's side. And you see it, another ground ball, which is always important for Phelpsy too. That means he has a sinker going. But I mean that's how you win. You win with pitching, and because I believe we're going to score runs. So if we pitch pretty good, we're going to win a lot of games.
Maybe you can enlighten the fans on how Mr. Nova pitched yesterday against Atlanta.
Wow, 6 1/3 against their A lineup. I mean the Freemans were in there, and both the Upstons, and they had their A lineup in there, and 6 1/3, 68 pitches. I think he gave up 1 hit, maybe.
2 to be exact. Yeah.
2, and he was outstanding. Quick outs, quick innings. Had his curveball going. His sinker was really good again. His changeup was pretty good. And he was supposed to go maybe up to 80 pitches, and he was so dominant. We decided it was time to get him out because he went more innings than we expected.
No walks, and that was in a 7-0 Yankee win.
Yeah, we swung the bats good. We saw a lot of pitches. Girardi had a good game. Beltran had a good game, and you're getting contributions, from everyone.
Beltran had 3 hits yesterday.
Yeah, Girardi was on, I think, 3 times.
Joe, somebody that we, I guess, seem to say has had a good game every spring is the guy behind the plate tonight, Cervelli. His 4th home run of the spring. Save some of those hits.
That's right. Save some of the homers and make sure there's 2 guys on every time you hit one. But he's had a great spring. And the big thing is he's been healthy. We thought he played really, really well last year in the month of April, and it was unfortunate that we lost him to that hand injury. But he's been outstanding.
The offense in general has kind of picked up as well. As spring training goes along, you can see the hitters starting to come out of the early funk. The one hitter we've seen lately start to swing the bat better is Ichiro.
Yeah, he has. He's getting a lot of hits now, and it just takes guys some time. They got to get used to seeing the velocity. They got to get used to seeing the breaking balls again. And I mean, that was a big hit he had.
Yeah.
I mean, we had nobody on with 2 outs and ended up with 2 runs off a Buchholz, and that's not easy to do. And we put together a walk, a little double, a couple singles, and all of a sudden you got a couple runs.
Hey, Joe, one guy that you'd like to see pick it up a little bit, Mark Teixeira. You were really easy with him early in the spring. Is he going to get more at-bats now day after day?
Yeah, we've talked about that. I mean, he wants to try to get 4 at-bats tonight, so we'll see where we're at. I mean, he's trying to, he's playing a little catch-up, not that much. I mean, he's not that far behind the other guys, but sometimes with a switch hitter, it takes a little bit longer to get going because, you're not seeing that. You're getting 35 at bats, but maybe 25 are left-handed, 10 are right-handed. You're not really the same with the other guys.
Well, you got to remember he only played 15 games last year too.
Yeah, him and Jeet.
There is a walk to Nava with 1 out, and that is the first walk allowed by Phelps tonight. Couldn't get Nava to chase. It's very tough to do. He's got a good eye.
Yeah, this club as a whole doesn't chase a whole lot, so you're going to have to make your pitches, and that's why. They get starters to work up their pitch count pretty quickly because they don't chase a lot.
When you look over at the Boston Red Sox, Joe, what do you see?
I see a very, very good club that's deep. Their rotation is deep. Their lineup is deep. Their bullpen is outstanding. And Yuri Hara has done a great job as the closer there, and has just really cemented everything. So they're a very, very good team.
Well, that spells an intense rivalry.
Sure does.
Yep.